Oh, he's such a good baby. He didn't cry or wail once all morning, and I'm talking about Kevin Franken.
In fact, Mama Mel is topping our trending this morning on our board.
That's right, and a lot of people have been sending in their tips for new Mama Mel, and some funny ones have been coming through. David says, if people offer to watch the baby, say yes. Don't feel like it's bad parenting. Take the time to take care of yourself.
True.
Ryan said,
unless, of course, it's just simply someone in the grocery store you don't know.
Oh, yes.
This is one of my favorites here. Don't mix up the dog food and the baby food. You'll laugh when you're tired, but anything can happen. So make sure the baby food and the dog food are in separate containers.
You're sleep deprived.
Really?
Winston,
this is what you've chosen out of the million tweets we got. That's what you've chosen.
But you know what?
If I were a parent, I would easily mix up the dog food and the baby food.
Our director Barb once accidentally ate her dog's food in her pocket.
I once accidentally.
And she has the shiniest coat of hair.
we're pretty sure it wasn't by accident, though. We thought
she's getting mad at me right now. She's like, you just went there, Barb. It's gold.
All right. Still, a lot of people talking now. Now, Rob Ford, even in his passing, leaving us with controversy.
Yeah, and a lot of people are trying to figure out what is, and they're having conversations on social media, but what is a fair memorial for Rob Ford? There's been conversation about having potentially a statue. Is it naming a park? So people have been sounding off. A lot of people saying a statue might not necessarily be the best way to remember Rob Ford. Melissa's saying it would be nice to have a statue, but a park named after Rob Ford would be much nicer in his memory.
I think that's fair. I think there are a lot of other people in line ahead of him who should have a statue dedicated to them. Here, there are mayors who served this city in so many different ways that we don't even remember. We barely even remember some of their names. I don't know. That is definitely causing a lot of controversy. A lot of people who are standing on both sides.
Oh, yeah,
Sandra says maybe a park near his home, but not necessarily downtown. So maybe letting the people of Etobicoke decide.
I think it's the heartland,
There's
some talk about renaming Centennial Park. I don't mind that as much because it wouldn't be taking a name that was very important. It was, of course, named after, I believe, the Centennial of Canada in 1967. There were so many Centennial projects. I don't see anything wrong if the people of Etobicoke agree that maybe naming that Rob Ford Park would be fine.
It's so true. Let the people decide.
Yeah,
and one of the things that I'm seeing on Twitter, and I've seen a few tweets about this come across, are we doing this out of guilt or are we doing this out of memory? And I think there's that line that a lot of people are trying to figure out where to go. So hashtag Rob Ford, and of course a lot of people are going to visit him at City Hall today ahead of
until 9:30 tonight. You have for the visitation.
Yesterday, his brother meeting everybody. It was just tireless, you know, to be going to that. Maybe it's therapeutic for him too.
I was reading in the Metro though that there was a lot of complaints about him taking selfies in the line and smiling at the time. However, at the same time, you got to cut them a bit of slack because that is the kind of family that Rob Ford, that the Ford family is.
And everybody deals with grief differently.
It's very tough to condemn him for that. I don't know. You know, it's not something you would want to do. I would hope people wouldn't ask for the selfies. That's the one thing. Don't ask for a selfie.
And I also think we're in a different day and age. You know, I was at a funeral not too long ago, and I saw there was another funeral happening, and there were pictures being taken. You know, it's not something I would personally do.
I was asked while in the funeral home, sobbing in one of the rows in front of the casket of a relative, if they could take a picture, and I said, with all due respect, I'm grieving right now. So there are certain, you know, you have to take responsibility too as to what you're okay with. There are certain things that are sacred to me if you're in a church or a funeral home.
So just don't ask. Let's not put them in that position, and let's just respect the memory for now.